St. Louis residents are sharing their concerns about a meatpacking plant and its water treatment facility upstream near Wright City. Tomorrow is the last day to submit public comments to the state. 5 News 5's Laura Barcheski talked with neighbors about contamination concerns. She joins us from the newsroom with their reaction.
Kelly, they're very worried because the meatpacking plant's water treatment facility sits right on a creek that runs right into Lake St. Louis.
Karen Clark and her husband have lived on Lake St. Louis for more than 30 years. Being out on the 550-acre lake is part of their everyday life.
We moved out here so we could ski and boat, and my daughter and I both skied on the ski team.
And now a new meatpacking plant and its water treatment facility will be just miles down the road. That water treatment facility is being built next to Peruke Creek, which directly feeds Lake St. Louis. While construction is already underway, they're currently going through the permitting process with the Missouri Department of Natural Resources. But Peruke Creek is already on the list of compromised streams.
But I know that dumping into it could make it worse. We could end up with algae blooms, and that's toxic. So our lake could be not for recreational use.
She never imagined she'd be worried about contamination from yet another creek for the second time in her life.
I lived across the street, grew up across the street from Coldwater Creek. My first cancer was in 1984. I was 31 years old. My second cancer was in 2000.
Another neighbor, Matt Evans, lives in Lake St. Louis and works in wastewater treatment for Novo Water Technologies. He's seen just how bad it can get.
I think the residents should definitely be concerned. Like, the pH levels are going to be an issue for wildlife, cancer risks, toxicity risks.
Evans says in their experience at other meatpacking facilities, they don't test for everything that could be harmful, and sometimes their company is coming in after contamination happens, but it doesn't have to be that way.
We use microorganisms basically, and we basically turn all the wastewater into clean water, and they allow us to dump it back into the river.
Clark says to make sure the residents are safe, she wants the DNR to take more action.
So we want them to rewrite the permit, rewrite that anti-degradation report. An anti-degradation report, I learned, is only done if a body of water is going to be degraded.
So if you're concerned about the facilities, you have until tomorrow at 5 p.m. to voice those concerns to the DNR. We'll have a link on ksdk.com on how to do that.